Fantastic. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody, depending on where you're zooming in. Welcome to today's very, very exciting health seminar. As usual, being a Sunday, we meet and we talk about matters health, how we can live a longer, healthier life. And today we are talking about our respiratory system and how we can keep it healthy, how we can avoid respiratory diseases, how we can sort out allergies if you already have them, or how we can reverse the symptoms of respiratory diseases if you already have them. And later on, I'll be joined by a very, very special guest who is going to share her story about her journey with respiratory health, at least in her family. But that will happen later. But for now, I just want to get into it and let us look at our respiratory system and how can we be able to ensure that we keep our respiratory system functioning well, functioning in a healthy manner. And just to kick us off here, just a moment. Having a bit of a problem with my slides. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is what is health? What is it when you talk about somebody being healthy? What does that mean, or what does that look like? And what influences our health? So that these are the basics of good health. Now, to be healthy, you have to have enough rest. Rest enables the body to rejuvenate itself. It enables vital hormones to be produced in the brain so that the brain can be able to be sharp and function properly. The other important thing you need is exercise. Anytime your heart is pumping because of exercise, it is fixing so many other things that could go wrong in your body. So we need to have some 30 minutes of intense exercise on a daily basis. The other thing that is important for health is a proper diet. Now, we are going to be spending more time on that shortly, just to see what our diet should look like. Now, this is a graph that shows you how our life expectancy looks like for most people. And the most ideal life expectancy is a life expectancy whereby you stay in the vibrant zone for all your lifetime. And you die over 100 years, but still very, very vibrant and without any lifestyle diseases. But the truth of the matter is that we don't live that way. We don't live in our vibrant zone all our lives. When we are young, when you're just born, when you are infants, we are very, very vibrant. But as we grow older, we get into another curve. You find that you come from vibrant, you get to the tired zone in your 20s and 30s. Then by the 40s and above, you're already in the sick zone. And during the period between the 20s and the 40s, you find there's a lot of stress, very little sleep, and minimal exercise, and a lot of weight gain for most people. And that results to lifestyle diseases. After you reach the age of 40, then you find that everybody now has their condition. Some have cholesterol, some have high blood pressure, arthritis, diabetes, you name it, heart attacks. These things start happening from our late 40s going onwards, and that figure is going down. And your health status should actually be in a situation whereby you don't get into this curve, whereby you just come from vibrant and you skid down very fast, and you'll be lucky if you hit 80 years of age. We are saying that we don't want this trend in our lives. We want to change this curve so that you can live in the vibrant zone for the rest of your life. And we are going to see how can you be able to live your life in the vibrant zone for the rest of your life. Now, let's look at some dietary facts. 95% of the food we take lacks nutrients. Yeah. 75% people deliberately consume the incorrect foods. So they, like today is on a Sunday. So many people say Sunday is a cheat day. And you find that Sunday we eat junk for most people. But then people take that cheat day and they make Monday a cheat day and Tuesday and the whole of the week. And you find that when you're taking a lot of junk food, then you get your body into trouble. Yeah. Now, let's look at some of the diseases that are associated with our respiratory system, just for the sake of understanding them. Now, most people take off effortlessly the breathing. When you inhale and exhale, you don't even think about it because your chest is functioning properly and your lungs are functioning properly. The purpose of breathing is to ensure that enough oxygen is getting into your bloodstream and that oxygen is delivered throughout your body. Now, that is supposed to be a natural function that should happen effortlessly. But in many cases, you find that that is not the case. And we find that several people do have some respiratory complications. And some of the diseases can be categorized in terms of obstructive diseases or restrictive disease. Yeah. And let's look at some of them. Now, obstructive lung diseases involve blocked or narrowed airways, making it difficult for the lungs to exhale and also to inhale. And this makes it difficult for the lungs to exhale the bad air and get in fresh air. Now, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease makes airways and air sacs less elastic, inflames the airways walls, and clogs the lungs with excess mucus. And it's actually the third leading cause of death. Yeah. Asthma, also called reactive airway disease, involves inflammation of the airways, usually in response to triggers such as pollen or dust, cold weather, stress, or chemicals and fumes. Some children outgrow asthma. However, asthma may seemingly go away temporarily, only to reappear later or persist continuously. Bronchitis. Now, this causes abnormal widening of the airways, making it difficult to read the lower airways of mucus and phlegm, which raises the risk of infection. Now, what about cystic fibrosis? Cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition that causes mucus in organs, including the lungs, to become thick and sticky. Respiratory complications include infections, inflammation, and respiratory failure. So these are obstructive conditions or diseases that usually happen. Now, let's look at some restrictive conditions. Restrictive lung disease reduces the volume of air that the lungs can hold, and the lungs lose their elasticity and ability to expand. These include pulmonary fibrosis. These are scars that stiffens the lung tissue, restricting lung movement and function. Then we have sarcoidosis, which is a rare condition that can arise in different parts of the body. Sarcoidosis involves the growth of tiny inflammatory cells that may affect a number of organs, most often the lungs. Then you have lung cancer. Lung cancer affects the lungs in multiple ways. Tumors may block airways, or fluid can collect around either lung, making expansion difficult. Lung cancer can also cause inflammation in the respiratory system. Okay, now let's look at some of the infectious diseases that are there for the lungs. This usually occurs when the lung is infected with bacteria or viruses. For example, pneumonia is a lung infection that most commonly caused by bacteria or viruses. People with chronic respiratory conditions like COPD are more vulnerable to developing pneumonia. Tuberculosis is a bacterial infection that affects the lungs and other parts of the body. TB can be inactive or latent for many, many years. Coronavirus, I'm sure we all remember coronavirus, which was an acute respiratory disease illness in humans, which is caused by the coronavirus, capable of producing severe symptoms and in some cases death, especially in older people and those with underlying conditions. Now, it was originally identified in China in 2019 and became a pandemic in 2020. Then we do have the common flu that goes around occasionally. Let's look at some of the causes. Let's look at some of the causes of respiratory problems. Number one, smoking. Smoking can lead to disease. It can actually cause lung cancer and can also cause COPD. And it can worsen asthma and trigger attacks. Now, secondhand smoke increases asthma attacks and upper respiratory infections in children and adults alike. Now, environmental factors, air pollution and environmental triggers such as pollen contribute to asthma risk and flares. Autoimmune conditions, certain autoimmune compromising conditions like scleroderma, rheumatoid arthritis can lead to pulmonary fibrosis. Scleroderma involves hardening of the skin and connective tissue. Rheumatoid arthritis affects the joints and sometimes other parts of the body. Now, genetic conditions, cystic fibrosis and alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency are caused by inherited genetic defects. Asbestos is also a culprit in this case. Chemical carcinogens and diet. These are some of the causes of respiratory problems. Now, what are some of the symptoms that might indicate that you have a respiratory problem? Number one, shortness of breath with activity, persistent cough, wet cough with mucus, that is especially for COPD, cystic fibrosis, and asthma. Dry and unproductive cough for pulmonary fibrosis, chest tightness, wheezing, rapid or shallow breathing, hoarseness, recurring respiratory infections, fatigue, running nose, and body ache. These are some of the issues that, or the symptoms that actually indicate that you could be having a respiratory problem. Now, how do you strengthen your respiratory system? There are a few things that you can actually do to ensure that your respiratory system is strong enough. Some of them are pegged on the diet and your choice of lifestyle activities. As you can see on the screen, there are some herbs like ginger, peppermints, which actually help to unblock oregano. They actually ensure that your respiratory system is clear and you're able to breathe properly. You also need to relax your body because when you're uptight, when you're tense, when you're under stress, you're more likely to get attacks. Then you need to drink plenty of water, very, very important. Hot showers are extremely important. If you have respiratory issues, it is not wise for you to be taking cold showers because that can trigger the attack very, very easily. So you should try as much as possible to take hot showers, Exercise is also important because it actually helps the mucus to move so that your respiratory system can be clear. As you exhale and inhale, then it clears out excess mucus from your system, Then keeping indoor plants, this actually also helps to ensure that the air around you is fresh and that you're able to breathe easily. Now let's look at diet and let's look at the impact of diet on our respiratory system. Now the diagram you're seeing on your screen is a diagram that was given to us by the World Health Organization, where they say that you need to have a lot of physical activities and weight management, eat a lot of whole grains, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, minimize on the red meat and proteins, minimize on the fats and the sugars. In fact, they say that you should only eat a teaspoon of fat and a teaspoon of sugar per day is enough because you get this both from the diet that we eat. But that is not the way we eat. We tend to do it the other way around. We have turned that pyramid upside down. So we tend to eat more whole grains. We don't do any physical activity. We eat very little fruits and vegetables. We eat a lot of meat and a lot of fats and sugars. We tend to thrive on things which are very, very sugary. Your pizza, your burger, and all these things. And these things actually have been known to trigger things like asthma. When you take a lot of junk, then you're asking for a fit right there. So what can you do to cover this gap between what you're supposed to be eating and what you're actually eating? And that is where our company Neolife comes in, because Neolife provides a solution that bridges the gap between what you're supposed to be eating and what you're currently eating. Now, when you look at on your screen, you can see there is that prediction that was made by WHO, in which they said that by the year 2020, chronic diseases will actually occupy, chronic disease will actually cause 3 out of 4 deaths by the year 2020. Now we are beyond 2020, and we can see today there are quite a number of people who are succumbing or who are hospitalized because of one lifestyle disease or the other. We are talking about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, chronic respiratory disease, or obesity. These are some of the lifestyle diseases that have been affecting people. There are many more, but these are just a few of them. Now, let's move on here. Sorry, just a minute. My slides seem to be misbehaving a little bit here. Now, this company was founded by Jerry Brasfield. Jerry himself incidentally had asthma. He used the Neolife products. They worked for him. The mom got them for him. And when he felt better, he said, why can't I take this as a business, start doing it, start sharing this information with other people, and I could change the lives of many people. Yeah. And this really, really excites me because Jerry had asthma, and today we are talking about respiratory health. And his story, the fact that he recovered from asthma, today I think he's over 80 years of age. And the other day I was seeing a video of him doing push-ups with his daughter. They were competing with Kendra. Kendra is the daughter who is the CEO of the company. And Kendra could not nearly do enough push-ups as Jerry Brasfield. He did push-ups and Kendra got tired, sat down. Jerry Brasfield continued doing push-ups. What does that tell you? That he was healed of asthma a long, long time ago because of the products of Neolife. Now, one of the quotes of Jerry Brasfield is right there. We make success happen when we get out there, take chances, set our goals, work towards them. When we put that consistent energy into getting where we want to go, we create the success that other people consider lack. So he's a diamond. He's a guy who is very, very excited, very energetic. He actually looks half his age. Now, we have what we call the Scientific Advisory Board. Scientific Advisory Board was led by Dr. Arthur Fast. Arthur Fast is the #1 toxicologist. He's the man who invented oral chemotherapy. And he decided to put together a team of scientists who have done the research on our products, and they have ensured that the products are safe, they don't have a side effect. Now, Dr. Arthur Fast is the one who invented Betagard. Betagard is an antidote for chemotherapy, because most people who die from cancer actually die because of the side effects of the drugs they take rather than the cancer itself. And he developed an antidote for cancer. But then he also went ahead and has formulated most of the products that Neolife deals with today, together with the Scientific Advisory Board. And they give you a money-back guarantee. They say if you use the product and it doesn't work, return it. You either get a refund or you get a replacement. And that's very, very exciting. Now let's look at some of the products of Neolife that can actually help you as far as respiratory problems are concerned. The first one is TRNN. Now you might ask me, what does TRNN have to do with my respiratory health? Now TRNN helps your cells to function properly so that nutrients can get in and waste can get out. Now our bodies, including our respiratory system, is made up of cells. And if the cells are like the cell on my left, I know it could be your right, but if the cell are like the cell on the left where it doesn't allow enough nutrients come in, It doesn't allow waste to get out. It has toxins that are accumulating in that cell. If this cell is in your respiratory system, then it subdivides. Now you have 4, 6 cells. And this will definitely lead to problems of the respiratory system. But now when you take TRNN, it turns this cell to the cell on my right, and you find that now nutrients are able to get in and waste is able to go out. And you find that that cell becomes very tough and very, not tough, it actually becomes very effective as far as absorbing nutrients and excreting waste is concerned. And you find that you're able to generate more energy, which means if this cell was located in your respiratory system, then your respiratory system will be corrected and will start functioning the way it is supposed to function. So the work of TRNN is actually to feed the cells, energize, increase cellular energy production, optimize membrane function. The next product is carotenoid complex. Carotenoid is made from 18 different fruits and vegetables. And if you take a 90 tablet, a 90 capsule pack of carotenoid complex, and you swallow 3 a day for a month, you'll be the same as somebody who has eaten 115 kilos of raw fruits and vegetables. And as we know, raw fruits and vegetables are good for boosting your immunity, and they actually help to protect you from disease. Now, if you had cancer in your body, and you all have cancer cells, carotenoid complex is able to hold them so that they don't start reproducing, yeah, and you can actually outlive them. Now, in 20 days, carotenoid complex will boost your immunity by 37% above normal. And normally we have an immunity of about 60%. So if you are 37%, you're talking about 97% immunity. One of the benefits that you'll get with carotenoid complex is that it slows down the aging process. So you look younger for longer. So if you know somebody who would like to look younger for longer, recommend to them carotenoid complex, and they will actually look extremely. You actually shed years when you're using carotenoid complex. It also prevents and slows down lifestyle diseases. So you find that you can actually outlive a lifestyle disease because it slows it down by 44%. Whether you have diabetes, you have arthritis, whatever it is, when you take carotenoid complex, it is able to slow down that disease so that it may not become fatal. So carotenoid is just an amazing, amazing product. Another product that is important is omega-3 salmon. Omega-3 salmon is very, very important for many things in the body. Our omega-3 has 8 members of the omega-3 family. And what they do, or what omega-3 does, is that it stops, it lowers inflammation in the body. If you take 3 tablets of omega-3 for a month, you're able to lower inflammation in your body by 68%. So you can see that when you lower inflammation in your body, then your body is able to function properly. You don't have a lot of pain. Another thing about omega-3 is that it helps to increase the synovial fluid in your joints. It also increases the sperm count for those who want to get children. But in the case of asthma, omega-3 salmon helps to stop the panting that you normally get with most asthmatics. Now, some features about the omega-3 salmon is that it is balanced. It has all the 8 omega-3s. It is clinically tested, and it is ultra pure. Yeah, it is actually made from salmon fish. And remember, the difference between what you have and what is in the market, what you can walk in and just buy from a chemist and that kind of thing, is the fact that our omega-3 is made by crushing the entire whole fish and using that oil that comes from there. Now, the next thing that is important is the multimineral supplement. These are supplement that actually it's a broad-based mineral supplement. And we have your calcium, you have your zinc, you have so many other good nutrients which are there to help your body to fight disease, up to and including respiratory problems. Now there you have it. We have a product we call Pro Vitality Plus that covers the gap between what we are eating and what you are supposed to be eating. When you take the Pro Vitality, your pyramid looks like the correct one, the one that is sitting on its base on the right. But if you don't take that Pro Vitality, then your cells will remain where they are, and you can see that pyramid, which is facing downwards. Somebody said that means that you're checking out of this world. Yeah. So you need to take Pro Vitality Plus. Very, very important. Now, some of the benefits, you can take a screenshot there. It's adding more energy to your life, powerful antioxidant protection, lifelong heart health, in optimum immune strength, health and brain function, flexible, healthy joints, clear vision, youthful skin, hair, and nails, lifelong cellular health. Now, another critical product, now this is specific for the respiratory system, is the herbal respiratory. Now, herbal respiratory has many herbs in it. One of the herbs that it has is St. John's wort herb. And St. John's wort herb has been known to calm the respiratory system, and it actually helps your respiratory to actually system to actually function better. Now, my experience with the herbal respiratory, I have actually used it myself. I used to have bronchitis, and they used to bug me a lot until I took herbal respiratory, and it just disappeared. My wife has been an asthmatic for many, many years, and herbal respiratory has meant a lot for her in terms of clearing the mucus and getting her moving. By the time we got married, she could not even eat ice cream. She was always in sweaters, and she'll get an attack from small things. But today, you'll rarely see her in a sweater. She lives a normal life, courtesy of herbal respiratory and the other products for the respiratory system. Another product that is important is vitamin C, either chewable all C or vitamin C. This one is very, very important. It is essential for healthy immune function. It combats illness, injury, infections, colds, and flu. Yeah, that is vitamin C right there. Then we have Neolife Shake. Neolife Shake, it's a protein drink with 22 amino acids. One of the things that Neolife Shake does is that it helps the body to produce the white blood cells, which actually fight disease. And I can tell you what we found about Neolife Shake with my wife was that when she had issues and she would take Neolife Shake, she would actually be so stable, and the allergies would disappear, and she would actually live a very normal life because of the Neolife Shake. So these are very, very important products as far as the respiratory health is concerned. Now, two other products that are very, very important for the respiratory system include garlic. As you all know, that garlic is a natural antibiotic. It's antiviral, it's antifungal. It's just an amazing product. And it's antibacterial. So you need to take it, take garlic. It will actually help to sort out respiratory problems. Chelated zinc. Chelated zinc is just so important for the respiratory system. Now, if you look at the medicine that you get from hospital to treat the common cold and flu, you'll find that one of the main components is zinc, but it is a zinc that is actually a synthetic one. Now, when you take our zinc, which is 100% organic and natural, it actually helps in boosting your immunity, and it helps your body to fight against disease. And these two products, including the vitamin C, were very, very important during the COVID-19 period. And what I found is that people who took vitamin C and zinc hardly succumbed to COVID-19. Now, some other products, especially for children, we're talking about Chewable C, Liquivite, VitaGuard, Vita Squares, and Neolife Shake. Something I must mention, the Liquivite combines TRNN, it combines carotenoid complex in it. The Liquivite is actually a power pack. When you take if you asked me which product will I take, I said Liquivite and NutriShake or Neolife Shake, because that will cover almost the whole spectrum of supplements that one needs. Okay, now it is important to take care of our environment to avoid developing asthma and allergic reactions. And we have some excellent home care products that actually just do that. They clean the environment so nicely. They don't have bad odors. They don't have chemicals in them. They ensure that your environment is fresh and that you don't have any allergens flying around. And that ensures that you live a long life whereby you don't have to get, where you don't have allergic reactions. And they're talking about LDC Super 10. Instead of buying the normal air fresheners, which have chemicals in them for your toilet, buy Super 10 and you dilute it yourself. It will give you close to more than 20 liters of detergent. And it's quite economical. For your clothes, instead of using some of the corrosive detergents that we have, you can try our G1 laundry, which is natural, organic, naturally, it's made from natural ingredients. It will not harm the environment. It will not harm your clothes. But more importantly, it will not affect you adversely. Yeah. Now, so these are our home care products, and they are highly recommended. There was an incident whereby LDC was actually used to wash more than 25,000 oil-soaked penguins in Cape Town in South Africa. And it was the only product that was able to wash the penguins without killing them. The other products that they used would actually wash the penguin, but also it would die because of the toxic chemicals used. But LDC, the penguins were able to continue with their life as per normal. Now, another product that is important for you, if you have respiratory challenges for your skin, you can use aloe vera gel. It actually has a mild smell, so it will not affect you. Then you can also use bath and shower gel, which is a nice bubble bath, and the scent is actually very mild. So there you have it. These are products that actually help you to ensure that your respiratory system is healthy, to ensure that you are breathing normally, that you are healthy, your family is healthy, and you're able to live a comfortable lifestyle. Now, I must mention that Neolife has many other interventions. If you are here and you are a guest, and probably have a respiratory system is not your issue, if you have any other issue, whether it is bone and joint health, stress management, sharper mind, weight management, heart issues, digestive health, sugar levels imbalance, men and women health, fertility, libido issues, hormonal imbalance, PMS, menopausal challenges, we have a solution for all these issues. We have products that help to reverse the symptoms in all these issues that I have mentioned. And the person who invited you will actually be able to show you how you can be able to acquire the products. Now, if you're here and you're a guest, there are 3 ways you can get involved with us. You can either become a business builder by joining us and becoming a distributor, where you also get to make some money, or you can just join to buy yourself at wholesale price, or you can join and just decide to just be selling the products. Now, there are many benefits of being part of Neolife, from personal growth and development, leadership development, international travel, retire healthy and active, build lasting relationships, and also earn a residual income. Invest in your health. We always say your health is your greatest wealth. Your health is your greatest wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, you will not enjoy your money. But if you are healthy, you may not have all the money, but you can actually enjoy the little that you have. So it's important to take care of our health. Now, at this juncture, I want to invite a lady. This lady is actually a director in my business. And she's a lady who has had a wide experience with our products. And I just need to look for her here. I don't know whether she's there. Shuria, are you there? Let me see whether she is there. Okay, I can't seem to find her. Okay, I can't seem to find her. Maybe Gladys, can you see Shuria?
I need her under Halima.
Have you seen her there? Is she around?
Halima, yes. Search for Halima.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So Halima, can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Karibu sana. You may take it away.
Okay, Bismillah. Greetings, everybody from all over the world. Thank you very much. Fred, that was I enjoyed this, your presentation. I enjoyed your presentation and I learned more. Every day I hear something, I'm always learning something more about the things that I thought I knew. So thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. My names are Halima Shuria. I am in Kenya. I am a mother of 2 lovely kids. And I used to be, or I still am, I used to work for so many years, over 20 years. I worked in the development, humanitarian, and peace building fields, and also social trauma healing, both working with the government, NGOs, the UN, and also as a consultant. So coming from that field and a very busy field of travel and doing lots of things, during all those years, I have been in contact with one distributor. And she never tired. I used to buy some of the products from her. That is Grace Ngatia. And she would always remember and say, oh, Halima, Eid Mubarak. Halima, how are you doing? And the relationship we built took a long time. She insisted I would buy from her the products, mostly the home care products. And she never gave up. Somehow we just became friends over the years. And it was during the COVID period when my work actually went down. And also my daughter completed her 4th form, decided she wants to try business. And with a friend, they started a cleaning business. So I called her and said, you know, Grace, I would like you to help my daughter. She started this cleaning business and I don't want her to start using these corrosive products. I want you talk to her and she uses this. And she said, you join first. And then we'll talk about Zakia. That's my daughter. So you can see part of my joining was related to Zakia, my daughter. And then I got her into the business. One of the key things that happened, you know, once we started the products again, was my son had always been asthmatic from when he was a child. And by the time he's now 13 years old, and he was around 9 years old when I joined. And so I started, she had me talking about my son, and she said, why don't you use the products? I said, do you have something for asthma? And she said, of course we do. We have a number of products. And so I started my son on some of those products. I joined in on the 30th of June, 2022. And by the time I'm starting to give him some of the products, it was around September. And I started him on VitaGuard, Vita Square, omega-3, and herbal respiratory. And he started, because we used to have 2-3 inhalers in the house, just in case we miss one and he gets an attack at night. He used to get frequent attacks. And we would have 2-3 inhalers so that we don't miss when he gets these attacks. And that went on for a while. But by the end of the year, after he started using, he did not have an attack for those few months. In the following year, he only had 2 attacks. This year, alhamdulillah, he had 1 attack, but that we don't even have. We no longer keep an inhaler in the house because he's not been getting attacks. And during this heavy rains, was it in February or March, when we had the very heavy rains, he went and played in that rain. Went and played football with other kids and came back and he couldn't breathe. We don't have an inhaler. It's around 8. Luckily, it was 8 p.m. Pharmacies are still open. We had to go rush and send, because at that time, this is not going to help. Now that's an emergency case. So we had to rush and go and get it. And that was the last attack he had. Alhamdulillah. Whenever you hear me say Alhamdulillah, it means thank God. So thank God, he's not had attacks. And in between, I stop. I don't give him continuously because it's a child who needs to build their own immunity. So you don't continue giving them too many of that. But at least, thank God, we do not use any antibiotics. We are using mostly our products. Once in a while, we use garlic. And another thing I use is Care. I would mix Care. I would spray it on his mattress. I would spray it on the pillows during the day. I would spray that, and I would spray it on his net, spray sometimes around the walls in the rooms, and leave the room. When he comes to sleep, he won't be bothered by, sometimes, we have in our mattresses, what are they called? Mites and something, I don't remember the names, but they have little things that if somebody already has breathing or respiratory issues, it gets worse. So he sleeps soundly, he is fine, and he's really improved, alhamdulillah. We thank God. So we have seen how this works, especially all these products that has been mentioned. We have been using them on and off. I use even zinc with him once in a while. We use it, but all of us use the vitamin C. So when we put it here, everybody is taking it. And now we don't even have to hide it because he would take them every time he sees it. And so you have to reduce the intake. But now he knows that you only need to take 1, and that's fine. So that's sort of the experience we've had with that, and we've had more. Now I'm doing this business where I help others now to improve on their income, because I have also changed my income. So I help people do that to earn an extra income. I'm also assisting people for personal growth, so that they improve their growth, their own personal development, and also their health. So I've a number of people whom we chat and we talk, and I've advised on using our products, and they now believe in it so much. And my business has gone far. I do work with other entrepreneurs within Kenya, in many parts, in several parts of the country, in Somalia, in the 3 different federal states of Somaliland, Puntland, and South Central. I am prospecting Ethiopia and others, and even Cambodia and those places, but that is the extent of my contact with the business. And while I talked about income earning, the first time, because of our use, my first earning was around 3,000 Kenya shillings. And I think the largest check I've had is 90,000 Kenya shillings. And that has been very helpful. At least now I don't worry about my son's fees. It's not a small amount when you are looking at Nairobi. I don't worry anymore about that. And most of his requirement, this business takes. And I'm continuing to increase or think about broadening and expanding my business. For those people who are distributors, I'd like to say, this business, we need to take it seriously. We normally don't take our business because it's a network marketing and we think we should just get things without working hard. We do need to work hard. We need to be more disciplined. And it's not a matter of how slow we go, as long as we do not stop. You know the story of the tortoise and the rabbit. As long as we make it to the final, we have to continue and do not stop. Our greatest weakness usually is in giving up. We try something and then we suddenly feel there are some challenges here and there, and we quit. So that's what is the problem with us. We normally just go into giving up. And the most certain way to succeed is always to say, I will try one more time before I succeed. I will try one more time before I give up. One more time before I give up. And before you know it, you will reach far. And there was something someone said, or I read it somewhere, and it has always stuck in my head. And this person said, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail again, fail even better. Because all this failing that you're going through is what actually makes our business. You fail, you learn from your mistakes. You fail again, you learn. You do not fail, you do not succeed. And we need to embrace failing. Finally, to our distributors, optimism is the faith that leads. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. So you have to have hope, and with hope, you gain confidence. So for our distributors online, as you all know, a journey of 1,000 miles is only started with one step. For those guests in the team, in the group, or in the meeting, you need to make a commitment. You won't learn swimming by standing outside. You can learn the theoretical aspects, but unless you go into the water, you're not going to be a swimmer. So just get into the water and swim. You will learn along the way until you become an expert swimmer. So don't stand on the side. Don't be the people who participate from watching from far. Be part of the process. Fred, I'll take it back to you. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those tips. Very valuable. Halima, that was quite amazing. And that's what happens when you get into Neolife. You become a leader, and Halima is a director going world team in our business. So we are coming to the end of our session, and just a few thoughts as we finish. If you're there and you're a guest and you're looking at this for the very first time, like Halima has said, the best way to do it is to become a distributor, join Neolife, start buying products for yourself. And as you use the products, you'll also be able to make a positive difference in other people's lives by sharing with them what you have in your life. Because in your life, you get the benefit, and then you share with other people the benefits you have gotten, and that changes people's lives because they try it out and they also get some benefits out of it. Now, if you say, I don't want to join, okay, fine, talk to the person who invited you. He'll be able to sell to you the products, and that way you'll be assisted. If you want to know more about the business side of it, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we will be here on the same link that I've sent you with Pascal Olo. And this time he'll be talking about how do you make money in your life. For the distributors on the call, prevention is better than cure. Start using these products now. Put these products as part of your monthly budget. The same way you pay electricity, the same way you pay school fees, the same way you pay water bills, is the same way you should actually be purchasing the supplements. Don't wait until you fall sick, then you start running around. It will be so sad for you to be a distributor, then you're falling sick of a disease that you could have avoided, were it for the fact that you're not using the product. So start using the products as a distributor so that you can be able to take care of your health and that of your family. And these products actually save you a lot of money in the long run. Because you can imagine falling sick and getting cancer or any other lifestyle disease, and then you have to be taken to India and all these things and spend a lot of money in hospitals. You can actually avoid all that by using your own products. So that is it on my side. I'm excited. I believe next week we will be in Tanzania, having a little bit of fun in Tanzania. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Even if you're a guest, you're welcome for this trip to Tanzania. Talk to the person who invited you and ask him, how can I go for the convention in Tanzania? Even if I'm not yet a member of Neolife, I want to participate. The person who invited you will show you how you can be able to join us for this great convention in Tanzania. For the distributors, there's still a chance. Most of us are leaving on Thursday. So before then, you can actually put everything together and be with us on this major trip to Tanzania, where we'll actually be able to, we'll be in a room more than 2,000-3,000 people, and everybody will be excited about Neolife. Let me tell you, last year it was just amazing. You cannot afford to miss this one. Do whatever it takes to get yourself to Tanzania, and when you come back, your business will never be the same again. Others, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a restful Sunday evening, and we'll see you again. I think it will probably be next Sunday, but one. So bye-bye all, and God bless. This recording will be available a little bit later today, so that you can be able to share it with a friend, a neighbor, and your fellow distributors. Thank you and goodbye.